Hello, hello. Let's do a quick check-in on a little bit of everything. Let's start with the physical end of this. I have been out and about. I've been moving a lot, and that's kind of why it's been hard for me to do videos because I've had a lot of happenings. So that's good. Subsequently, I've lost about 7 pounds in 3 weeks, and it's not anything really to write home about, but it is weight that's going down. Um, I hope that keeps going that way. It's not because I've been out moving around and doing stuff. It has a little to do with my stress level too. When I'm overly stressed out, I tend to go one way or the other. Either I'm overeating or I'm undereating, and sometimes that changes day to day. Right now, I'm on a light snacking regimen, which is not good for me either. But the weight's down regardless, so I don't have any great advice there. Um, and historically, I know that that's going to come to an end, and then I'm probably going to gain that back in 3 pounds. So I'm trying to avoid that. Key is to get into a consistent eating routine, and that's my goal over the next week. But I'm also going to keep up with just exercise doesn't always have to be tied to just exercising. I mean, being out, roaming around, being in public, walking the stores. That's an improvement from where I was a month ago, and I'll take it. Um, as far as mental health goes, I am stressed the fuck out, like in a way that I can't explain. Everything I'm doing right now is just horrifying. It's terrifying. It's scary. It could be great. It could be awful. There's just no in between. I'm so afraid of failing at anything that I'm trying to do right now. And on top of that, I'm not going to share my son's details, but my son's going through a stressful time in his life, and it's directly related to his age and just doing a transition into adulthood. And I'm stressing for him too on top of that. So I'm essentially stressing about what both of us want to do when we grow up, and that is really it's wearing on me. I'm tired. So my therapist is on maternity leave with his wife, and he comes back in a couple weeks, and I'm looking forward to getting caught up with him because it took me many years of not finding decent therapists to find this guy, and he's been, I think I've been, gosh, it's coming up on a year, maybe last September, October, I started seeing him, and he has been wonderful. I did have a pause after the tornado just because I didn't have the money to do it, but he has been very helpful, and I look forward to getting back in a rhythm with him too. As far as a career change goes, holy shit, this is a ride. I don't know how to explain it. The emotions are all over the place. I mean, name an emotion and I'm feeling it when it comes to this subject. So where I'm at right now is that I'm in talks with a location. I've got the numbers from him. I need to negotiate the lease because it is a pretty, let's just say it's not a renter-friendly lease in terms of maintenance. But I'm working on that. I developed already a great relationship with the health department. They've been very helpful. They're fully supporting and excited about the commissary kitchen. They've expressed several times that this should have happened years ago, and that, they're excited about this list of people that they would like to also, and I mean, that's income for them too, because they get to also license the other people, which is more income for them. Everybody I've talked to is really on board with this idea, so especially professionally. So I'm kind of excited about it still, but it's scary. The working capital I have is much lower than I'm used to. Normally, I like to go into something with a very cushy cushion to start something new like this. That way, if it fails, then I've just lost money. I haven't self-destructed. This is riding that line. It's tight. It's going to be the least amount of money I've ever started a business with. I promise you that. But I do just have this feeling like I've been close to doing this a couple times, similar things, and life happens, and then all my cushion is gone, and it's out of my control. It's definitely more like, how do I explain it? It's just like life knows when I have a few dollars sitting and I've got plans for it, like a tornado happens. I've literally had a building struck by lightning and burnt down. It's not stuff that I can control or prevent. So this is terrifying, and that's where I'm stuck. So one day I'm all for it. I'm like, obsessively looking up stuff. I'm obsessively pricing. I've been working with insurance people. I've been working with a contract lawyer, writing up agreements and, trying to get all of these fine details printed out. Of course, the owner of the building is pressing me to open by September 1st. It is like August 7th today, I think. That's not going to happen. So I have to have the talk with him. Like, maybe great if you, take the chance. If you rent it to somebody else in the meantime, that's fine. I'll find something else. But praying to God that that's not the case. So I think that's all I can do. I did apply. I did not apply. I was recruited for a full-time position for somebody else too at a CPA office. I did go to the interview just to see. I hate to say that I skipped the interview. Maybe it is a life-changing job. Do I think it is? Probably not. But the benefit would be a steady paycheck because, as we know, I'm still rebuilding from after the tornado just wiped me out business-wise. Well, it didn't wipe me out business-wise. It's just a really slow time of year to be recovering. I had the money set aside to survive all summer and not be that busy so I could focus on opening a business. And then I had the money for the business too. The tornado hit, insurance denied our claim, we paid for everything in cash and it wiped us out. Thank God the house is back together and we're living in it and it's comfortable and I don't have cardboard windows and my roof isn't leaking and my siding isn't hanging off. Like all the above, the entire exterior was destroyed. But, it is frustrating because I could sit and get back to that point with my money, but mentally how I'm working right now, working from home constantly, and to do that again would put me, like this time last year, I was working night shifts with a bookkeeping firm, and you shouldn't be doing that. I was doing that because I picked up so much work in an effort to build that cushion, and I did it for a long time. And I wore myself out, and I knew I would, and that was the plan. So I worked to wear myself out, knowing that there was an end to that. Then I get to the end of that, and then everything is lost, like in the blink of an eye. And now I'm faced with having to do it again, and I still haven't recovered from doing it the first time. I'm willing to do the hard work, but I'm really questioning where does my work belong? And that's really what has got me into this position right now, is that I don't know where all this hard work should be aimed at because I am a hard worker. Where am I wasting it? Where is it going to benefit me? So my options right now, bite the bullet, open this business, knock it out of the park, and do it confidently and just know deep down it's going to work. Or I can go back full-time, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in an office, making somebody else's dreams come true, but have that predictable check that maybe isn't as big as it would be if I was doing it for myself. Or do I grow my bookkeeping business? So obviously, I'm going to have to focus a little bit on growth with the bookkeeping. September is going to hit and it's going to grow on its own. This is what I do know. Do I grow it to where I'm doing night shifts again? I mean, like, I made a ridiculous amount of money last year, but it's not sustainable work. Nobody should work that much. And I never worked just 40 hours a week. So that's coming from a chronic overtime person. Do I put the effort into bookkeeping, or do I just take the risk and put the effort into the commissary kitchen? I don't know. Right now I'm kind of doing all of it, but I know that come September, I'm going to have to make a decision. So within the month, I need to make a clear plan on what I'm doing. I'm getting my offer letter from the full-time job on Monday. If it is a ridiculous amount of salary, I'm going to take it. Somehow this role went from accounting to HR, and I don't care to do HR for somebody else. I have no problem managing employees on my own. I don't want to do it with somebody else and be the bad guy in between an asshole boss and an employee that probably doesn't deserve what's happening, or vice versa, just a shitty employee. I don't like dealing with them either, but I don't want to be in a position where I'm enforcing other people's policies and rules that I might not always agree with, and that I'm not getting compensated well to do. So I hope somebody out there appreciates the struggle and the decision I'm trying to make. I plan the end of August. I do take my mom to Las Vegas for my cousin's celebration of life. I'm hoping that I can make a decision by then. So that's my update. we're just going to keep showing up every day. We're just going to keep doing this. I feel like I'm going to know what I need to do here in the next couple weeks. Something's going to happen. I'm going to have that epiphany. Stand by.